Very warm morning to all my class 7 students. So class 7, today we'll be revising the poem Upon Westminster Bridge, written and composed by the poet William Wordsworth. I'll be reading out the poem once for you and then we'll be discussing the question and answers of the same. So let's get started with it. I'm going to read out the poem once for you. Earth has not anything to show more fair, dull would be of soul who could pass by. A sight so touching in its majesty, the city now doth like a garment wear, the beauty of the morning, silent, bare. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temples lie, open unto the fields and to the sky. All bright and glittering in the smokeless air, never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendor valley, rock or hill. Never saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at its own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still. Dear God, the very houses seems asleep, and all the mighty heart is lying still. So this is the poem Upon Westminster Bridge. So let's now discuss the A part, answer the questions orally. So question number 1 is, what is the scene that William Wordsworth is describing and what time of the day is it? So answer to your question number 1 is, William Wordsworth describes the scene of London early in the morning. Moving on to question number 2. How does the poet feel when he beholds such a breathtaking sight? So the answer to this one is, the poet is touched and he feels a deep calm inside. Let's now move on to question number 3. What do you understand by the beauty of the morning, silent, bare? Answer to question number 3 is, the early morning hours are beautiful because there is no noise and crowd on the streets, because everyone in the city is sleeping. Let's move ahead to fourth one. Explain the use of personification in the last stanza of the poem. How is River Thames portrayed here? Answer to this one is, two things are personified in the last stanza. The city and its houses are asleep, and that mighty heart of London is quiet. Secondly, the river Thames is personified as a lady who is willfully gliding along the city. Now is the turn of question number 5. What is meant by houses seem asleep? So answer to your question number 5 is, all the people are asleep in their houses, so the poet personifies the houses as seeming asleep. Now is the turn of question number 6. Why does the poet state that mighty heart is lying still? The city's heart beats rapidly during the day when it is bustling with activity and is full of energy. Why is it still at that point of time? Answer to your question number 6 is, since it is very early in the morning and no one is awake, the mighty heart of London is still and quiet. Now last but not the least is the turn of 7th question. Explain the use of personification when the poet refers to the sun and houses in the poem. So answer to your question number 7 is, the sun is personified because he has dressed valley, rock and hill in his beautiful light. And secondly, the houses are also personified as being asleep. So dear students, these were the answers to your A part, that is answer the questions orally. I hope you all must have understood. So learn them thoroughly and do your work regularly. Till then, stay safe and have a nice day ahead.